today I can say I had what I can describe as a good shift. There wasn't anyone being stupid, ridiculous, absurd. My coworkers were all in a good mood, it seemed. Nobody was missing in action. Customer wise, the only clown I had was somebody who was asking me about my mask, and this lady has asked me about it like 4 times. And today the way she phrased it was, is there ever going to be a time when we don't wear masks anymore? And I was like, no comment, have a good one. And then she was like, excuse me? And I was like, no comment, have a good one. I've been telling her no comment the whole time. So why is she still pestering me with it? She's not the only one. I get that from time to time. Which is still weird, because if this is supposed to be a country of freedom, why are you asking? Why are you questioning my freedom to choose? I remember some guy who asked me about it, but that day I was a floater. So all I did was just stand and look the opposite direction, look toward the horizon. And when he walked out, I looked at my colleague and I was like, see how you handle that? All you gotta do is ignore it, don't engage. And if it's something that's work related, sure. If it's a personal question, you can either pretend you didn't hear it or completely turn your back on them, or be like, personal question, we're not gonna discuss that. No comment. Establish your boundaries. And on top of that, the mask specifically is one that I'll be very aggressive about not commenting on, because it's one of those things that people turned into a political topic, and political topics are simply not to be discussed ever. It's one of those topics that you don't discuss at the dinner table, and you don't discuss when you're on the clock. Just refrain from that type of thing. Another thing that I was thinking about as I was driving, I don't know if you guys are going through this wherever you live, but I have observed that the fleet of vehicles that I see in my city are kind of old. Like right now, I'm staring into the distance and I'm seeing a van that looks like it's from the 2000s. I'm seeing a car that I recognize as being a Ford from like the 2011, 2012 generation. I'm seeing a Camry that's from the year 2007. It's definitely the generation that preceded the generation of Corolla that I have. I remember which Corollas were out at the time that Camry was out. I feel like the fleet of vehicles that I'm seeing is aging. And I don't know what to think about that, you guys. I don't think it's a bad thing, because I'm driving a vehicle that's over 10 years old, and it still reminds me of how it was when it was new, except for some sounds here and there that it makes, and a little bit of shaking, not too much, but it's because it's coming up on being due for service. But the reason I wonder about it is, are people truly valuing holding on to what they already have? Like, if your vehicle still works, then hold on to it. Or is it because you want a new vehicle but you're discouraged because of the economy? Or are you actually valuing the fact that if it ain't broke, why would you want to be involved in a new car loan? Did you have a newer car, a newer model, but something happened to it, you totaled it, and you had to buy an old used one? And by extension, with phones and computers, I feel like people are holding on to those as well a little longer. I haven't really heard anyone in my squad mentioning that they have gotten a new phone. I haven't noticed anyone with a new phone. And if that's the case, then I'm all for it. I'm really proud of everyone who's holding on to their electronics or appliances, vehicles, that there's nothing wrong with them and you're holding on to them for longer, whether it be because the economy is forcing you to, or because you genuinely feel like it's wasteful. I support that, because again, I think that if something is not broken, you should continue to use it and reuse it and reuse it until the life is completely drained out of it. So I just wanted to mention that and turn that into a topic to hear what you guys have to say. What have you observed? You personally, as a consumer, are you holding on to everything that you have as of right now, taking care of it to see how long it lasts you? Are you someone who you're just feeling compelled to replace something every year? Or do you think that you will be replacing something as soon as you have a little extra money? Whatever your situation may be, I'm just curious, because I think that the right way to be, to make your life simpler, is to hold on to your stuff. It doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have, especially if you don't have money. You want to take care of your stuff, make it last you. But I think, I want to believe that we're reaching a point when even people across the board, regardless of status, you're valuing holding on to your investment as opposed to continuously renovating something. It's not necessary. Just learn to hold on to the theme of your home, your vehicle, your cell phone, your computer. Just hold on to it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.